Morning, Jason. Excuse me. Uh, First, thanks a lot, as always, for taking care of our place, helping us out here. Okay, I'm going to take it from section to section of the house, starting with the weed whacking that you were doing. If you can wrap up this upper part of the driveway here, and I see that you're doing things back to the raspberry bushes. That's perfect. And when you get up here, you can take, as you start to get up towards the top here, you can take everything out up to the raspberry bushes. You don't have to go much above the rise here, because we'd like to keep that there for sound barrier. But like here, all this crap you can get rid of up to the raspberry bushes. We want it to continue to promote the raspberry bushes, you know. So, and then up here, same thing, you know, you can take all this up to the raspberry bushes is fine. Okay, and then along the edge, you've done this before, but I'll just go over it real quick. You can take really virtually all of this down to the edge, and then, you know, up to the raspberry bushes. Do along the walls, along the front garden here, right? Along the stairs, the upstairs and the bottom, and of course all along the beds. I just whack that out. Under the beds, whack that down as low as you can. Let's move to mulching real quick. You can whack this down and mulch it nicely. All right. You already put a bevel in there, but yeah, it should be okay. Once you whack it down, the bevel should look okay. Same thing under that birch. You can just make sure that the weeds are whacked down and mulch that. You can whack this down. For some of the trees, the smaller trees, please snip the suckers off this one. You can see, and again, whack it down before you mulch it. Okay, so now moving towards the beds, you can mulch this here. It looks pretty clean, so you should be able to mulch this whole center garden. When we get up here, I would not touch this front left bed here yet. Okay, these are blooming. Once these are bloomed, we'll probably have you come and trim those back and everything else back, and then we can mulch this. The back left bed, I think you can go ahead and mulch this. If you could just clean this out a little bit, you can weed whack that. Yeah, you can go ahead and mulch this, clean this up and mulch it. You'll probably end up trimming all this when you trim this, but I think you could certainly mulch this now. And you can mulch all through here. Keep this free, you know, keep this creeping stuff, whatever, clematis, I think, free, because that's going to start growing up. The hydrangeas, you can certainly do the whole hydrangea bed, front to back. Again, try to whack out as much of the weeds as you can along the edge. Let's see. Okay, I guess we'll head this way, and you can, yeah, I already talked about mulching this, whack out all this stuff. Okay, the front right bed, This one, you can mulch all this. Mulch all this. These got transplanted. I think you guys did these, and they look like they're coming back really well. Yeah, so mulch all that. I'm gonna say, you know what? Let's do this. I think what you should do is cut the spirea. This is getting really leggy. Cut this back nicely, okay? You can cut the bridal spirea in the corner back nicely, okay? And then see if you can weed whack back underneath there and weed whack here. Okay, this again, suckers. These all have to be taken out. Now, you could probably use the electric shears to do this, okay? Yeah, so, and also I would cut this spirea back. This is looking pretty leggy. They say you should cut it down to about just above your knees to get it fuller. Take out all the garbage, and we're going to talk about that back there when we get around the other side. Leave the nursery here alone. Not really sure what we're going to do about this yet. So just leave the nursery alone. So since you're going to be cleaning this up and mulching it and bringing that down, why don't you do the same here? Whack the garbage back there. Bring this, trim this back, maybe a little bit higher, maybe your waist. Trim this back, whack. Watch that little guy there. Whack, and then you could mulch this whole thing, okay? So the only thing that you're not mulching of the 4 beds here is going to be this bed right now, okay? Moving back, I see you started doing this. That's good. Do along the edges. You can leave this alone. This here, leave this alone. But the upper part, if you could just whack that back to the edge of the barn. All right, up on the upper part. Get rid of those monster weeds by the barn. But here, inside here, you can just leave this alone. We got some ground cover that's coming in. We'll see whether we can promote that. And the milkweed really smells nice once it comes out. So let's leave that. You can whack down here. You can whack all this back. Yeah. You can whack along the rise behind the canoe. Anybody wants to buy a canoe? And whack just back a little bit next to the garage on that side. Okay. Let's see. How are we going to do this? Okay. Here. I'm not sure how far the mulch is going to go. So I'm not going to do the big shade garden here just yet. Let's see how it goes, okay? So let's see. When we get back here, you could just maybe whack this a little bit. All this here, okay? All right, so already know you're going to do a bevel. Yes, it's called a bevel. All the way around here. Mulch this nice. You're going to then weed whack all along here and try to clean this up as much as possible. And then you can, whack in there and see if you can rake all this out here, this big thing here. And then you can mulch this. Looks like there's a little bit of a bevel here, but if you want to do a bevel along here, that would be good. over here. When you're doing your last cleanup and you're blowing, yeah, please blow everything. You know, we like to look nice. When you're doing your last cleanup, you can please blow all this pollen stuff out of here. We'll probably spray some spot weed killer for the other stuff, get rid of it. Again, you know, you're going to mulch all over here. Okay, if you could weed whack back here, maybe back to that first tree there, okay, and go all the way around here and weed whack this back here. Again, try to you know, blow all this stuff out of there. Let's see. And when you weed back here, go lightly along right here. This, you see the ground cover? That's we want to try to keep that. You should be able to weed whack the higher stuff, and just down to where that stump is, I think is fine. Well, the berry bushes again are making an edge here, and they're starting to come up this way. We're going to have a bumper crop this year. Okay, and let's see. Nice job on the pond, by the way. Okay, so, you know, try to whack around the pond there a little bit, and yeah. Okay. All right, might as well bring it up. We lost one fish. Not sure what to do about it. I might call up later on. Okay, so over here, there's really not that much mulching to do here because everything's so filled in. What we'll probably do is, again, after these bloom completely, we'll have you bring them down a little bit, and then we'll be able to probably put some mulch in here. Going back here, you can mulch everything in here, over here, over here. You can mulch in here, in here, here, all in there, in there. Okay, here, well, you know, actually, you can blow all this out, and then you can mulch from like, say, here, all the way over to there. Clean that out, blow that down. Because you do me a favor and see whether you can either rake or blow all that stuff that you cut off of there so it looks a little bit nicer. Do the best you can. And okay, so yeah, so you can weed whack all this down and make it look a little bit nicer. And then when you get in there, oh, okay, hold on. When you get in here, I can see it looks like the timer went on. So this is working good. I haven't tested the other one yet, but I will. When you get in here, get this bush out of the way. Okay. I want you to clean out this stuff here, all these weeds, all this stuff. These are like, they're invasive flowers of some sort, and this is thistle. I need you to just take all of this stuff out, okay? Bring this down to bare ground here, all the way to this spirea, okay? And then to the spirea here. And then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with this space. Yeah, so if you can do that, that'd be great. I would say don't mulch this spot. Just leave it bare. Let's see. I mean, that's a lot to start, by all means. So you definitely got your work cut out for you. Okay, if I think of anything else, I will add another installment. Oh, okay, yeah, one last thing. You know, you beat me to the punch. I was going to let you and Max know that I'm giving you both a raise to $18 an hour. So Yeah, and that's a 20% raise, which by industry standards is pretty good. So just wanted to let you know, and you can let Max know. Oh yeah, you should recruit Max, okay, so that we can get done as much as we can get done. One thing about the mulch, if we have extra after you're done with everything that I just described, the first place I would suggest you do is, I'm thinking, actually, why don't you just mulch this area here around the air conditioning thing? Mulch that too. I'm still hesitant on doing the shade garden. I'll tell you, if you can distinguish in the shade garden between what's a flower and what's a weed, you can whack the weeds down, and then whatever empty space is left, then mulch the shade garden. I would say that's the next thing that we should do. Okay? If you have any questions, text me, all right? Okay. All right. Take care. I'll see you in a week. Bye.